Hello and welcome to our daily series day 2. So basically we are learning three of questions um, from yesterday's video. Now we are learning the fourth one. What is JSON and its common operators? So what is JSON? JSON is a text-based data format following JavaScript object syntax, which was popularized by Dongus Crockford. It is useful when you want to transmit data across a network. It is basically just a text file while an extension of JSON and a main type of application JSON. Parsing converting a string to a native object. JSON dot parse text. Significance. Converting a native object to a string so that it can be transmitted across the network. So basically what is JSON? You can copy this and just go to ChatGPT. So there is a lightweight data interchange format that is easy for human to read and write and easy for machines to phase and generate. Although it's originated from JavaScript, it is widely used across programming language. So JSON represent data as a key value pair organized in these two main data structure. There is one object collaboration collecting of data. Okay. So there is second one is array. So the object is stored in that type of bracket or that, and the array is stored in array format. Okay, ChatGPT gives us very much. Okay then. Okay, so there is a fifth question. What is the purpose of an array slice method? So the slice method return the selected element in an array as a new array object. It selects the element starting at a given start argument and end at the given optional end argument without including the last element. If you omit the second argument, then it selects till the end of the array. This method can also accept negative index which counts back from the end of array. There is some example given. Array index, there is some array, and we can say 0 and 2. Between 0 and 2, that is 0 and this is 2. So between that 1 and 2, there is second example, array dot slash 2 and 3. So there is a 2 and there is a 3. So between them 3 is, so 3 and 4 between. So back, go back, and there is 3, and there is 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 5. That's the output. And minus 3 and minus 1. Minus 3 and minus 1, because 0, 1, 1, 2 and 3. And there is a 1. Note: slice method doesn't mute the original array, but it's return the subset as a new array. So it shows that type of example in the array slice method. After that, we can go with sixth example. What is the purpose of an array slice method? So the slice method adds remove item to from an array and then returns the removed item. The first argument specify the array position, index of insertion or deletion, whether the optional second argument indicates the number of elements to be deleted. Each additional argument is added to the array. There is some example. So array index in so array integers original one, 1 2 3 4 5, yeah. So there is a 1 between 0 to 2. So there is 0 to 2, 1 and 2. Yeah, 3, 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so there is an return, but the original array 1 2 3 and the 4 is the third one is a 4 because 0 is coming from the, it starts from zeros. That's why. And the last one is 3 1 ABC. ABC 5 return for 1 2 3 4 4. So it's print 3 and then after it prints ABC and the last one is 5. Slice method modify the original array and return the deleted array. Okay, it can be delete fourth one and after that it's added some value or the string, and that's after that it get add 5 and show the result. Okay. uh, after that we can go with seventh question, that is what is the difference between slice and splice. Okay, so there is a in slice it doesn't modify the original array, it's unmutable. But in splice modified the original array, it's a mutable. Okay, and there is second one is returns the subset of original array. But in splice returns the deleted element as array. After that used to pick the element from array, and slice used to insert delete element to from the array. Okay, so that's the difference between both. Yeah. After that, we can go with the aids. How do you compare objects and map? So basically, objects are similar to map in that both aid you set key to value, retrieve those value, delete key, and retake whether something is stored as a key. Due to the reason, objects have been used as map historically, but there are important between that makes using a map preferable in certain case. The key of an object can be string as symbol, whether they can be an value of a map include function, object, and any primitive type. The key is a map and order while key added to object are not. Thus, when iterating over it, a map object returns key in order of insertion. You can get the size of a map easily with the size property. While the number of properties in an object must be determined manually. A map is an iterable and can thus be directly iterate whether initializing over an object require obtaining its key in some fashion and iterating over them. An object has a prototype, so whereas default key in an object that could collide with your key if you are not careful. As of ES5, this can bypass by creating an object which can be called a map using object.create null. But this practice is seldom done. A map many perform better in scenarios involve function additional and removal of key pairs. So what so there is some confusion between them, so we can get a, and we can just go to YouTube. Okay, so
In JavaScript, maps and objects are two similar data structures, but with different use cases. Let us discuss the difference between both and which one to use when. In JavaScript, it is very common to use objects when we have to map keys to certain values. For example, have a look at this code. Const obj equals to an object and some underscore key assigned to a value. So in this, we have created a simple object and that object is assigned to variable obj. And inside that object, we have a key that is named as some underscore key and it has been assigned a value string, the value of which is a string value. Now, maps in JavaScript are instances of objects, but they are also much more than that. Let us first see how we can create a map. Have a look at this example. Const map equals to new map. Map1 dot set A 1, map1 dot set B 2, map1 dot set C 3. Wow, this looks very clean. Now let us understand what is happening. So, in order to create a map, you have to initiate a variable with new map, and then inside that variable, you can perform a set operation. So, set comes as an inbuilt function to map, and inside that, you can pass the key and value as the arguments. So if you look at the code map1 dot set a, here we have passed a as a key, the value of which is 1. Now let us have a look at another example. Console.log map1 dot get a, and the expected output is 1. This is amazing, right? So the a in the previous example was a key and the value was 1. So when you do map1 dot get, so get is a get operation performed on maps, you get the value of that particular key. So, what makes maps special? Well, if you want to perform logical operations over data, and it gets quite complex in case of objects. But with map, it becomes way too easy with these functions. Have a look at these utility functions. Once map equals to new map1, map1.size returns the number of key value pairs in map object. Map1.clear removes all key value pairs from the map object. Map1.delete returns true if an element in the map object existed and has been removed, or false if the element does not exist. Map1.has returns a boolean indicating whether a value has been associated with the pass key in map object or not. Map1.forEach calls callback function once for each key value pair present in the map object in insertion order. If this argument parameter is provided for all each, it will be used as this value for each callback. With all these utility functions, it gets very easier to handle the data structure inside a map as compared to just a simple object. You can use object only if you want to store the data and not perform any sort of operation. On the other hand, if you want to perform logical operations, then maps are the suitable option.
So that the video. So just see the video after that. Just read it. Objects are similar to map in that both let you set of key, retrieve those values, delete key and detect whether something is stored at a key. Due to this session, objects have been used as map historically, but these are important differences that make using a map preferable in certain cases. The key of an object can be string as symbol, whether they can be an object, they can be an value for a map including function, object, and any primitive type. The key in a map are ordered while key added to object are not. Thus, when iterating over it, a map object returns key in a order of insertion. You can get the size of a map easily with the size property. While the number of properties in an object must be determined manually, a map is an iterable and can thus be directly iterate whether iterating over an object required operating its key in some function fashion and iterating over them. An object has a prototype, so whether as a default key in an object that could collide with your key if you are object dot create null. But this practice is seldom down. A map may perform better in strenuous, innovating frequency addition and removal of key pairs. Yeah, that's the difference, or we can say compared between them. There is ninth one is difference between 2 and 3. Uh, JavaScript provide both strict triple equal to and not equal to double equal to, that is if, and type conversion double equal to and not equal to comparison. Thus, the strict operator take type of variable in consideration, while non-stick operator make type correction conversion based upon variable or value of variables. The strict operator follow the below condition of, for different type. Two string are strictly equal when they have the same sequence of character, same length and same character in corresponding position. Two numbers are strictly equal when they are numerically equal, having the same number value. There are two special case in this. NaN is not equal to anything, include NaN. Positive and negative zeros are equal to one another. Two Boolean operand are strictly equal if both are equal or both are false. Two objects are strictly equal if they refer to the same object. Null and undefined type are not equal when triple equal to but equal with double equal to, that is null equal to undefined or it's get false, but null double equal to undefined it gets true, because when we go with the first condition it checks the uh, okay. After that some are examples shown on yeah, there is 0 because false, because 0 not equal to false. There is a number and there is boolean, so they are not equal. It's, and between then one is a string, there is also string but is equal to, it's check the uh, variables and data types. It's check type and basically equal or not. So that's the difference between them. Okay. After that, the 10th question, what are lambda expression or arrow function? What is an arrow function? An arrow function is a shorted consequence syntax for an function expressing and does not have its own these arguments. Super or new target. These functions are best suited for non-method function and they cannot be used as conditions constructors. So here are some example. Yeah, the a comma b, the operator is arrow operator. So a plus b it used for so okay, and arrow function 2, a arrow function a into 10. So this is single parameter because there is a 1 and it is no nothing to show, so there is no parameter. It is an multiplication parameter. Okay. Uh, okay then. There is some parameters between used in the lambda expression or we can say arrow function. After that, we can go with the next example. Um, we can go with next one, and that is 11th. What is an first class function? So in JavaScript, function are first class operator. First class function means when function is that language are treated like any other variable. For example, in such a language, a function can be passed as an argument to other function, can be returned by another function and can be assigned as a variable as a value to a variable. For example, in the you can see we can get a constant handles that is equal to norm space. You can say no parameter. So console.log and that's done. After that, we can get document dot add event lister and that is click or handle. So handle is this. Uh, we can, if you want to try, you can go. If there is something, or we can, so we can, so it can't get anything. Sorry for that. So there is a first class. There is after that we can say what is a first order function. A first order function is a function that doesn't accept another function as an argument and doesn't return a function as its return value. There is a function order. So in this case, there is uh, so in this case we can say function is a language are treated as other language. Okay, function treat as other language some, but from that uh, they doesn't accept another function as argument. And the higher order function, a higher order function is a function that accept another function as an argument or return a function as a return value or both. The syntax structure of higher order function will be as a follow. So there is a constant first order function. Okay, we can go with the YouTube and search what's the meaning. And yeah, higher order first.
आपने जावास्क्रिप्ट के फर्स्ट क्लास फंक्शन के बारे में तो जरूर सुना होगा और हो सकता है आप फर्स्ट क्लास फंक्शन एंड हायर ऑर्डर फंक्शन में कंफ्यूज भी हुए हों। तो वेल इस वीडियो में हम फर्स्ट ऑर्डर फंक्शन और हायर ऑर्डर फंक्शन की मिस्ट्री को सॉल्व करेंगे बिल्कुल इजी लैंग्वेज में। तो सबसे पहले ये जानते हैं कि फर्स्ट क्लास फंक्शन होता क्या है। तो फर्स्ट क्लास फंक्शन बेसिकली किसी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज का फीचर या कॉन्सेप्ट होता है, ये एक्चुअल फंक्शन नहीं होते हैं। तो इस कॉन्सेप्ट का मतलब ये होता है कि फंक्शन आर ट्रीटेड एज सिंपली वैल्यूज और जो फंक्शंस होते हैं वो एक टाइप के ऑब्जेक्ट होते हैं जिन पर हम मेथड्स भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। वेल फर्स्ट क्लास फंक्शन हमें कुछ पावर्स देता है, तो देखते हैं क्या है वो। अपने फंक्शन को हम वेरिएबल में स्टोर करवा सकते हैं, तो ये इसका एग्जांपल है। हम अपने फंक्शन को एज ए आर्गुमेंट भी पास कर सकते हैं, तो ये है इसका एग्जांपल। इसमें हमने एक ग्रीट फंक्शन बनाया है जिसको हम यही प्रिंट करवा रहे हैं और इवेंट लिसनर एक फंक्शन है, उसमें हम एज ए आर्गुमेंट हम ग्रीट फंक्शन को पास कर रहे हैं। हम एक फंक्शन को किसी दूसरे फंक्शन से रिटर्न भी कर सकते हैं और हम किसी भी फंक्शन पर अपने मेथड भी कॉल कर सकते हैं। वेल अभी आपको कुछ कुछ समझ आया होगा, हायर ऑर्डर फंक्शन के बाद सब क्लियर हो जाएगा। तो हायर ऑर्डर फंक्शन आपके रियल फंक्शन होते हैं जो फंक्शन को एज ए आर्गुमेंट रिसीव करते हैं और फंक्शन को ही रिटर्न करते हैं या दोनों करते हैं। देखते हैं क्या होता है ये। तो इस एग्जांपल में गाइस हमने एक मैसेज फंक्शन बनाया हुआ है, उसमें से हम यही प्रिंट करवा रहे हैं और उस मैसेज फंक्शन को हम पास कर रहे हैं इवेंट लिसनर में, और जो कि एक लिंक है बटन से। तो जैसे ही हम उस बटन को क्लिक करेंगे तो इवेंट फायर होगा और जिससे ये वाला फंक्शन जो है वो कॉल होगा। तो बेसिक आपको एग्जांपल समझ में आया होगा। तो वेल इस एग्जांपल में आपको दो फंक्शन नजर आ रहे होंगे, एक है इवेंट लिसनर और दूसरा है आपका मैसेज। तो जो एड इवेंट लिसनर फंक्शन है उसको हम कहते हैं हायर ऑर्डर फंक्शन और जो आपका मैसेज फंक्शन है उसको हम कहते हैं कॉल बैक फंक्शन। तो बेसिकली ओवरऑल समरी बताएं तो ऐसे फंक्शन जो किसी दूसरे फंक्शन में पास होते हैं उनको हम कहते हैं कॉल बैक फंक्शन, और जिस फंक्शन में वो पास किए जाते हैं उन्हें कहते हैं हायर ऑर्डर फंक्शन। तो यहाँ पर आपका इवेंट एड इवेंट लिसनर जो है वो आपका हायर ऑर्डर फंक्शन हो जाएगा और जो मैसेज फंक्शन है वो आपका कॉल बैक फंक्शन हो जाएगा। फंक्शन दैट रिटर्न न्यू फंक्शन, प्रीटी सिंपल राइट। तो ये सब पॉसिबल हो पा रहा है आपका क्योंकि जेएस के पास एक फीचर है जिसको हम कहते हैं फर्स्ट क्लास फंक्शंस। तो ऑलरेडी गाइस अब आपको बिल्कुल क्लियर हो गया होगा कि हायर ऑर्डर फंक्शन वर्सेस फर्स्ट क्लास फंक्शन में डिफरेंस क्या होता है। और
So that's the first order function and higher order function. After that, unarray function and pairing function. Okay, what is unarray function? Unarray function, that is monadic, is a function that accepts exactly one argument. It stands as a single argument accepted by a function. After that, what is currying function? Currying function is a process of taking a function with multiple argument and turning it into a sequence of function, each with one of single argument. Currying is a name after a mechanical skill curl by applying curling in an array function turn into unary function. So after that, that is a pure function, or we can say, yeah. So pure function. A pure function is a function where The return value is only determined as by its argument without any side effect. That is, if you call a function with the same argument n number of time and n number of place in an application, then it will always return the same value. So there is an example, we can say, as per the above code snippet, the push function is implies itself by altering the array and return a push number index independent of the parameter value, whether concat on the other hand takes the array and concatenates it with the other array, providing a whole new array without side effect. Also, the return value is a concatenation of the previous array. Remember that your function are important as they similarly simplify until testing without any side effect and no needed. For dependency injection, they also avoid threads, copying, and make it harder to break your application by not having any side effect. These principles are coming together with the immutable concept of ESC given preference to constant over let use. So that's for today.